Welcome back to the Overwatch League, guys. That's right, Dylan Monty back with you for another 4, possibly 5 map set. You never know. Should be a good one, too. We've got the Vancouver Titans taking on Atlanta Reign. Vancouver Titans, of course, coming off that loss against San Francisco in the Stage 2 finals. And then Atlanta Reign playing a really close series, actually, against San Francisco just a couple days ago. So I think this one might get a bit spicy. But before we get into it, let's take a look at the season standings.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, Titans still going to be up there undefeated in regular season play, even though they were able to lose in that grand final. That said, Reign still in the playoff hunt right here. As long as they stay above that red line, 12th or up, they at least have a shot getting into the playoffs, and especially after they get through their very difficult week playing against the Shock and the Titans, our top 2 teams.
Yeah, I mean, it literally doesn't get any harder than this for Atlanta Reign, but they honestly performed really well against the San Francisco Shock. I personally think they should have won that match. There was just a couple little things here and there that ended up deciding Shock as the victor, but it was about as close as it could have possibly been.
Yeah, I think a part of it was the Shock looked very rusty coming into this stage, so it definitely wasn't the best play that we've seen from them, but at the same time, Atlanta was able to take advantage of that to their credit.
True enough. And switching back to the Vancouver Titans, they're actually coming off of their first loss in like nearly a year in competitive Overwatch, stretching all the way back to when they were Team Runaway in Korea. They had not lost any matches at all. They're still undefeated in the regular season, but they finally went down 4-2 to San Francisco in that Stage 2 finals.
Yeah, and I think there are some worrying trends that they've shown, such as still being so aggressive, as you see Bumper dying first there in a lot of these engagements. And many teams don't play very well when they're down a player, but the Titans, they've fallen down to number 7 in terms of team fight win rates after that first death in the league. So that's a really big outlier for them in Stage 2.
That's right. Well, there's a look at their Stage 3 schedule, but enough of that. Let's introduce our first team in this series. Give it up for the Vancouver Titans. Like we mentioned earlier, a team that is still undefeated in the regular season. You know, those stage finals are fun and all that. You can earn a little bit extra cash, but it really matters what your record is in the regular season. They have been perfect so far.
Yes, they have been, but again, like I said, some worrying trends. Like I said, moving down to number 7 in team fight win rate after first death. They're only at 17.2%. And the problem is that they have been dying in an increasingly large amount of the time first in these team fights. So if you look at Bumper going in too early, the bubble management, I think, has been worse than teams like the San Francisco Shock when we look at Solmansu on that Zarya. Now, this is not to say they are a bad team. They are still one of the top 2 teams in this league. I am just saying that they have shown more weakness recently than we've seen for the rest of the season.
Very true. And their opponents, a team that gave San Francisco a run for their money, can they do it to the other Titan, literally, of the league? Let's hear it for the Atlanta Reign. And you know that loss against San Francisco has got to sting. But honestly, I feel like you have to come away from that series with a lot of positivity if you're Atlanta Reign. You brought it so close. And if you just clean up a few more things today, I think you've got a real shot of taking down the Titans.
Yeah, and if you look at the Atlanta Reign, they've gone 8-6 in maps against the NYXL and the San Francisco Shock, obviously with 2 actual match wins over the NYXL.
Sure.
Now, Captain Planet has pointed out that what's interesting is that 7 out of those 8 wins have come on Control and Hybrid. But the thing about it is there's 7-1 on Control and Hybrid, and because we play 5 maps, as long as you win every Control and Hybrid, guess what? You win the match.
Yeah, it's a good point. And one person who's made a big difference since reappearing on the roster is Dako, of course, their flex tank, who we already knew was good from last year. But this year, he's made such a huge difference on this team. And you really felt it when he wasn't around for part of Stage 2. He's back now. As soon as he got back, that's when they beat New York twice. Now they, give San Francisco some trouble. And check it out. There's some records with Dako versus without Dako.
And some of those are a little bit deceptive because now they do only have a 50% win rate in matches since Dako has returned.
Sure.
But if you look at the quality of opponents they've played when they had Dako versus without, that record becomes a little bit more meaningful.
Absolutely. Well, our map set brought to you by Toyota. We're going to start things off on Control with Nepal. Then we're going to Paris for Assault. Hollywood will be our hybrid map, and then Gibraltar is going to be our final map of the series in Escort, unless Unless, Monty, we need that final 5th tiebreaker map on Control, which we did the other day when Atlanta played, so who knows? Maybe today we'll see the same thing.
Yeah, coming into this again, Atlanta Reign against top teams, against the NYXL and against the Shock. They are 7-1 in Control and Hybrid, but in the other map types.
Yeah.
So if we look at Escort and Assault, they are, of course, just 1-5. So if you're an Atlanta Reign fan, you really want to see them win here first on Nepal. That is their road to victory, or at least a competitive match against the Titans.
And you might want to like cover your eyes or grab a snack during Escort maps. That's the other kind of cheat thing. It might go better today. You never know. Vancouver Titans versus Atlanta Reign. Let's get things started. We're on Shrine here on Control, and Bumper. This guy's got to stay alive a little bit more often, I think, today.
Yeah, we'll see how they're going to be playing Bubble early on the Bumper, specifically how they run in.
Oh, Erster.
Now it's going to all in.
All right, yeah, Erster falls early. Atlanta Reign already stepping back. You can't lose somebody early like that. And, yep, without your Brigitte, not going to make a lot of progress on holding the point. So good start for the Vancouver Titans. It's point unlocked. They're going to get some control percent early.
Yeah, because such a short fight too, nobody has those ultimates available, but percentage relatively even for both of these teams, so not a massive advantage of that first victory for the Titans. Atlanta Reign going to be wrapping around the side this time, trying to approach on level ground.
Dogman super low. Oh, and Bumper catches him with the fire strike. No. Oh, that just hurts, man. I mean, that's your second approach now. Everybody dies. They lose Baby Base, so they lose all the Zarya charge. This, it really couldn't be going worse for Reign right now.
We've talked about it in their last match against the Shock, Dogman being that double-edged sword. He's simultaneously on Zenyatta, number 3 in the league when it comes to final blows per 10, but he also dies more per 10 minutes than any other Zen player. So,
yeah.
You know what? He plays aggressively. He's going to take those peaks. Sometimes he's going to deliver you a really important pick. Sometimes he's going to get hit by a fire strike and force the whole team to reset.
I think a team like Vancouver too, it's going to be tougher to find those picks. Generally, they do a pretty good job of protecting their supports, so it makes it a little bit more dangerous to do the peeking that Dogman is used to doing. Atlanta Reign, looking like they want to drop down from on high here. All right, Daco a little bit low, but he's okay. Gets that health back, gets some healing. Vancouver with a lot of ultimates though. Are they going to use it? Bumper just waiting in. They're going to try to go for the shatter, and it's going to be Pokebo that comes up with the first kill here. Both grabs get used, but it's Atlanta Reign getting the kills. And now Titans on the run. Looks like Reign are going to be able to flip this one.
Yeah, they are going to be able to flip it at 80%. Cost is dear, though. They have to use both of their support ultimates in the Sound Barrier and the Transcendence and the Rally, so all 3, in fact. So this is going to be rough. They had to use them just to make sure that they could at least stay in this point here on Shrine. The Titans have got a Sound Barrier coming up. They can engage. They can cross the open ground by using that self-destruct to open up space if they need to.
Yep. All right, Vancouver, same approach as Reign took, just from the opposite side. Bumper looking for a bigger shatter here. Dogman low health, but he's charging up that alternate fire. No picks out of that one. Now it's going to be the Sound Barrier coming in from Vancouver. Daco going to go down, so they put it to good use, and Chanu grabs 2 with the self-destruct. It doesn't get much easier than 6-0 as far as kills in that fight go. Vancouver Titans taking it back easy.
Yeah, it's 13-4 eliminations overall, Doa.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty one-sided for the Vancouver Titans, but Atlanta Reign, they had to all in on that last one just to stay in the point. Vancouver comes back with a pretty healthy ultimate advantage and makes it look easy, but Reign's gonna have one more chance to contest here.
I mean, a little bit of poking, gotta get somebody on the point right now. Gotta try to buy time for Baby Bay to get that Graviton Surge up if you can. Bumper though, he's got another Earth Shatter. Popo can't leave it open. Oh, he swings around, turns it, gets a stun on a Popo, and Twilight finishes him off. Vancouver Titans looking pretty good, and yeah, I think this is the end of this round.
I mean, Hoxall interrupted the Reinhardt ultimate, the Earth Shatter coming in from Popo, so there was no opening really to get onto the point. We talk about Hoxall as probably the very best Brigitte player that we have in this league. Makes a play to deny an ult right there. No chance for Atlanta to come back in.
Yep, pretty good. And, you know, we talked earlier about how Control and Hybrid are usually Atlanta Reign's best map types. So if they do start this off with a loss on Control, that's very concerning for their future in the match.
Take a look at Janu's bomb here. So they come in, and I mean, there's just nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Throws it straight up in the air. No one can get behind cover in time.
It's a nice little chip shot up onto the roof there.
I mean, Atlanta was trying to play aggressively because it's really the only thing they could do. They knew what the disadvantage was, so you have to sort of all in and hope you can get a pick, even though you know they have that sound barrier. Just didn't work out.
That's right. Look like a lot of like server racks on that ship. What do you think what do you think is the data on there? What data are they storing?
Yeah, they're just spying on everybody, though. You know, Overwatch is sort of a crazy international paramilitary police force.
Well, they were outlawed for a reason, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you look into the ethics of Overwatch existing, it's pretty questionable.
Yeah. I don't know. Winston seems like a nice guy, though. Ooh, from downtown, Someone Sue. With a right click. Nailing Dogman there. That was a beautiful thing to see. If you're a fan of Zarya right clicks, I suppose, or three-point shots, those two things apply.
I mean, Vancouver is just sprinting into the Atlanta Reign and winning all of these fights. Atlanta just getting carved up. They don't look like they're moving as a unit right now against the Titans. So somebody is always getting carved off from the main formation. And Vancouver, they are so fast at identifying those targets.
Yep. That's right. Oh, Bumper going in. They're going aggressive onto this. Why not? Just walking forward, getting a lot of damage just from the hammer swings. Rally from the Titans just to make sure everybody has a little bit of extra armor. Soman Sue, though, so close to that grab. They're going to have it for the next fight. Look at Baby Bay. He's only at 55% right now towards his grab.
Yeah, it has been problematic for Baby Bay. He's currently averaging about 30 seconds behind per average grab.
That's rough, man. Grab comes in. No kills out of that one as they do force the Transcendence out of Dogman to keep his team alive. It's funny, though, because Baby Bay was building his grabs really fast against Sinatra, actually, on Thursday.
Well, the problem is Atlanta's been getting picked off, so he hasn't had time to deal damage in the neutral.
Oh, Bumper. He's bumpering. Oh, gets a healing just in time. That Transcendence came in the nick of time, but Janu dies anyway here. Now the grab onto Vancouver Titans, and it looks like Atlanta Reign are finally going to flip it. Vancouver didn't have a ton of ultimates to commit to that fight, but hey, you're going to be happy with 60% if you're Vancouver.
I mean, Bumper getting siphoned off to the side forced the Trance to come out, which then gave Baby Bay an opening to use the Graviton Surge and clean up the kills. So much about this triple tank, triple support composition is how you can either sequence your own ultimates or force your opponents out of sequence. If you can force them to use a crucial support ultimate to keep somebody up, that's when the grab increases in value by a significant amount.
Very true. All right, Reign trying to defend as Vancouver rocks back into the point. It's going to be the Graviton Surge right away from Soman Sue. Ooh, members of Atlanta dropping low, but nobody dying quite yet. That said, Slime, the first to get taken out. Dako popped out of his mech. The Atlanta Reign still looking okay here. Baby Bay's get the damage done. Popo swinging away. Gets healing just in time. Oh, nice fire strike to finish off Bumper. And it looks like Atlanta Reign may actually be holding this point for a little bit longer.
Yeah, they're going to come back right now. Can they get Twilight at the end of this? Stagger does come through, courtesy of Dako. So Vancouver Titans, though, that was basically just an economy push for them. They've got two big support ults online right now from Slime and Twilight. Atlanta Reign, see what they can do. Looks like they will be matching relatively soon, at least the sound barrier. Atlanta needs to push their advantage, though, using Erster's rally as they come through the choke. They should engage, hard engage here. There we go.
Rally. Oh, but that's a big shatter actually coming through. Baby Bay and Dako both knocked down. Luckily, Masa had his sound barrier ready to go, and now they've got Baby Bay's grab to try to even this one out. Sound barrier comes in. Dogman, though, not so lucky. He gets caught by Janu's self-destruct. And Slime with the kill into Dako before he can get back into his mech. So Titans turning that one around. Just backtracking a little bit and kind of picking apart Atlanta.
Atlanta, the idea was right there. Go ahead, use the rally, attempt to engage, but the execution didn't work out because Bumper hit the shatter, which then forced them to use a sound barrier that they didn't want to use. Vancouver Titans disengage, use their own sound barrier, then re-engage, and at that point, it's sort of a lost cause. And this is why the 3-3 composition it does take a ton of skill to play because you're dealing with these very small timing windows.
That's right, Soman Sue just got his grab too. That's gonna be probably their go button to win this map here. They're using it, Shatter comes in, knocks on a couple members of the Titans here. Slime and Twilight taking a bit of a breather there. Reign coming back in with Dogman's Transcendence. They do stay up for the moment, but we're in overtime now, 99%. for Vancouver Titans, but it gets flipped. Atlanta Reign managed to stay on the point just long enough, and they've done enough damage that maybe they, nope, never mind. Nope, Bumper and John getting a couple kills. Nice shatter from Pokebo, but nobody there to really follow up on it, so it will be Vancouver flipping it right back, and that should be the end of the map.
Yeah, at least Atlanta Reign made Village a little bit closer, but
A little bit.
overall the Titans looking pretty dominant across this 2-0 control win.
Yeah, it was a strong start for the Titans, and again, people kind of wondered, how are they going to come into this stage? Are they going to look tighter? Are they going to look looser? So far, looks pretty tight from Vancouver. Map 2 when we come back.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Welcome back. Vancouver Titans getting a quick 1-0 over the Atlanta Reign here, 2-0 on Nepal to start things off today. And let's check out Bumper and his stats, because you and I were talking about this during the commercial break. Bumper looking a little bit less overly aggressive than usual, which was kind of his hallmark style, but we saw, especially in that finals against San Francisco, it was kind of starting to do more harm than good, wasn't it?
I mean, we can look at, I think a lot of fans will look at 3-3 and not see that it changes over time. And one of the biggest changes I think we saw over stage 2 was bubble usage from Zarya's. And the way the Titans were accustomed to playing is sort of double bubbling, and by that I mean Summon-Su bubbling himself and bubbling Bumper, sort of just running in all at once.
A lot of bubbles.
Yes, but the way the Shock sort of innovated it was by sort of alternating those cooldowns on Super and Sinatra, so only one of them was forward. And honestly, that baited people in a lot of the time. And so if you can disengage from double bubble plays, then they have no Zarya bubble remaining, and it makes it a lot easier to all in as a counterattack. And I think that's one of the things that San Francisco really took advantage of against the Titans in that final. But that is needless to say that the Vancouver Titans have been playing less aggressively and more about positional punishment today when they see somebody on Atlanta a little bit out of position, and that's been very effective for them, at least in one map.
Titans check things out before they go back. It's going to be Reign actually using Urstra on the Batiste, which we see quite a bit on the defense on this map.
Yeah, this is the Shock strat for sure on Paris defense, and I do agree that this is very strong.
Double sniper now. Vancouver Titans, yes, bring on the DPS heroes. Twilight looking to take some shots. We know he's a great Ana player. He's got the accuracy. We've seen him play plenty of Widowmaker in the past. Oh, nice headshot onto Baby Bay. Barely gets into the police station. Definitely going to be making a report about that one. Hey, on my way in here, you wouldn't believe what happened. Someone shot me in the head. Twilight down. Baby Bay gets his revenge. He's taking justice into his own hands.
And this strat right here, Doa, they're trying to put some pressure on the back of the point. They nearly get 2 ticks, so honestly, that's pretty successful.
Oh yeah, you'll take that for sure.
Because remember, the point of the Vancouver Titans composition is to zone them off of the objective and sort of slowly take it by poking them into cover. So any free ticks you get like that, you will be so happy about, because it makes the margin for error when they re-engage onto the point with the 3-3 comp so much more narrow.
Yeah, there is no cover on the points, so you have to deal with it somehow. Slime down though, Baby Bay just comes in and zaps him into oblivion. That was a bit interesting. You don't usually see Pharah Mercy combos engaged from such a low angle there.
I mean, how is Baby Bay getting eliminations onto a Widowmaker and then a Mercy?
I mean,
like,
he's only getting the last tick of damage, but
true.
you know, there is more damage being done by other people, but still, it is kind of funny how it's worked out.
It is a little odd, for sure.
All right, well, the ultimate's starting to come online now for the Vancouver Titans. Few are going to be up. Baby Bay's going to have his Graviton Surge pretty soon here, but there's the EMP from Somansu, gets 3.
So well played by Rain. So well played by Rain. So they give up a tick again to the back capping of Janu on the ball. But that was very well played, because the thing is, when you're playing against Sombra, you don't let them have an opportunity to EMP. That's why they speed boost in all into the choke point when they realize the Sombra setup is coming. And the Sombra is so far away, Somansu's so far away, that he can only barely get around the corner to hack a couple of people. And even then, you see the Zenyatta ult already used.
Right.
It's a nice zoning tool just to try and, okay.
Just solo grab onto John. I mean, why not? He's deadly tank.
That's a good move from Baby Bay, because the rest of the team was zoned out by the Dragon Strike. They were trying to just get the free last tick, and instead Baby Bay says, no, we're just going to kill the Wrecking Ball. That'll stop the push. That's a really good call.
And Bumper gets killed on the way out, too, so that's going to delay things even more. Only about a minute remaining for Titans to take point A, and you know, this is a map that can really snowball once you take the first point, but Titans really kind of having to work for this one here.
And look at this, Bumper's going over to the Doomfist.
Why not?
It's desperation time, Noah.
Let's do it. Bumper Doomfist, we've seen so many other DPS heroes in this guy. I'm ready. My body's ready. Somansu's not ready. Dogman with a big pick there. Immortality Field comes up. That's going to save Erster. Hoxall takes it out eventually, but they're going to have to back away again. Twilight down. Ooh, they did take Baby Bay out, so maybe an opportunity if Bumper can make the plays here. No! Dako in there to save him, saving Dogman's life. Dogman responds with the Transcendence that they might not have needed. That might actually be the key on this next push, to be able to push in without that Zen ultimate to worry about.
So they were low, but they also had 3 supports there to heal. So I think you definitely could have saved that Transcendence.
Well, they had also killed a few members of the Titans already, too, so they were fighting with the numbers as well.
EMP up. Let's see if Atlanta plays aggressively again. They should be aware.
Yeah, Janu got hacked here. He had to take a little bit of break. Now
there's no chance to cancel this.
All right, there we go. EMP. They're going to try to focus on the tank for the moment, but the sound barrier there, Masa.
Good hack onto Hoxall, too. He's grounded.
That's right. Baby Bay out of the way. Titans trying to push this one back, but Dako and Masa not going to have any of it. Pokepo still alive behind his shield. No, he gets knocked off by Janu. Hoxall gets 2, and it looks like they're going to be able to take point A in overtime. It was so close. But man, the Titans keep themselves alive.
It was some ugly DPS play from the Titans, Noah. They had to make a lot of swaps over the course of that. They are going to be going back to Reinhardt 3-3 right now for the second point.
That's what
but,
you do.
You know, they're not going to have a large time bank in order to work with right now. Dogman coming up on another trance. And you got to think, if that trance had been there, I think Atlanta would have full held.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100% there. Dogman's nearly got another Transcendence right now. 3.5 minutes in the time bank. Here comes the self-destruct. It's going to grab Twilight. They couldn't get him behind the shield in time, and Atlanta Reign going to buy themselves a little bit of time, a little bit of stability on the defense here.
Dako's ult usage these last couple of maps has been so good. He's creative in the timing and the situations he uses it in. That time the Reign realized they really only have that self-destruct, and they almost have the Transcendence ready. But go ahead, use it early. Placement manages to get eliminations. And Dako was the big story of that last match against the Shock. How many times he was able to eliminate Sinatra using the self-destruct.
Yeah.
Really kept them in the game.
His placement's been really good with that. All right. As the world turns, they're going to drop the amplification matrix. Atlanta Reign just keeping Titans from coming into the door. Oh no, Twilight, you are not in the place that Zenyatta should be. And now you are dead because of it. Janu gives up his mech as well in solidarity, and Somansu goes down too. So, Reign, another good defensive hold. Twilight just got out of position there. They carved him off.
Yeah, and this is great for the Reign too, because what are the ults they've used? A self-destruct and an amplification matrix, you don't really care if you could win 2 team fights back-to-back only using one of those ults every time. Especially because the Vancouver Titans, they're just on economy pushes because they wholesale switched their composition.
Yeah.
So Rain gonna be feeling really good about that. Erster now over to the Brigida as some of the other teams, his teammates' ults come online.
Makes a lot of sense because you're going to be fighting in a lot closer quarters here, and then Batiste gets a little bit less good. There's the grab now. Sominsu is taken out almost immediately. And I don't know, man, the Titans kind of are just feeding themselves into the wood chipper at this point.
There's been a lot of criticisms about Babybay's decision-making with grabs, especially when he gets them eaten, but I think today his solo grabs have been really good. Those are really good decisions to make. If you see, for example, the rest of your team cut off like on point A, and you have a chance to kill the Wrecking Ball, yes, absolutely go ahead, lock that elimination down.
Yeah.
This time, Sominsu's in the front line. Go for it, you know. That's a great value to win a team fight off of a single grab.
Well, this meta has been really good as far as learning like what peak Zarya really looks like. You know, as far as getting the right people in the grab is usually better than getting a lot of people in the grab. Yes. Here we go. Sominsu really close to his own graviton surge here. Shatter gets used Twilight, pops that Transcendence, keep people up again. They've got the rally going as well. There's the grab now from Sominsu. Sound barrier comes out. Nobody dying just yet. Bumper in a little bit of trouble. They're going to try sending in the self-destruct, and it catches Dogman. Couldn't get behind one of the pillars in time, I guess. Babybay on board with him as they push forward to try to stay alive here. Sound barrier from the Titans.
Another grab.
Now it's going to be a 6v4. Dogman coming back just now to turn it. It's going to be kills on both sides here. Titans clinging to life. They've only got 30 seconds left, and they've committed everything they've got to this.
But I think it's wise for them to leave now, even though it was a 4v4, and it might have just barely been winnable for the Titans.
Wow.
They want to take the next push because the respawns were coming in. That is a really good split-second decision, knowing that the amount of time left meant their respawns were going to come through.
Well, they might be able to get a couple support ultimates too. Bumper might get that first shatter as well. Popo trying to get them around the corner with his owner. Shatter doesn't end up working out. He does
Big
go ahead
shatter.
And anyway. Hawks on Sominsu, knocked down. That is going to be useful. Twilight keeps him up though with his Transcendence, and now it's Popo, the one who falls. Titans have a chance here in overtime. Starting to gain a little bit of control here on point B. Taco out of the mech, no self-destruct to get it back again. And are you kidding me? Are we going to see another overtime take by the Titans? They've got the numbers advantage now, and even without Bumper, they have got a fully charged Sominsu doing a ton of damage on this Zarya, and he's going to have that ult again in a second. He's actually got it right now. Going to go ahead and use that. Babybay uses his, but no follow-up on it. I think the Titans have this one.
I think they do too, though. It's only 2 members, a Zenyatta and a D.Va on the point right now. They just got to wait out that trance.
Yep, just grinding through the respawns now. Erster swaps over to the Doom Fist to try to make a pick. Not working out, and Masa just trying to keep that timer paused for as long as possible, but no, that's it. So they do get 2 points. It is in overtime, though, so Rain still with a good chance to respond here.
Yeah, they definitely have it. Not a lot of time for Paris. It's a map that we see frequently going into those time bank rounds.
Right. Well, quick break, and when we come back, we'll see if Atlanta Rain can equalize, maybe with a bit of time in the time bank. Don't go anywhere, guys. Overwatch League right back after this.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
Welcome back. Vancouver Titans, they got 2 points. That's what you're supposed to do on Assault when you're on attack. But they did it as slowly as you possibly can do. They don't have any time in the time bank. Atlanta Reign with a pretty good chance here. If they can finish with any time remaining, then they get that great option to try to take it with just one third of a tick there. Well, don't forget, guys, you can watch player POVs and all other sorts of great stuff with the All Access Pass, twitch.tv/P/Overwatch League. Get that. I use it at home, believe it or not.
You too can watch Bumper on Hanzo, the dream.
Yeah, that's right. Oh no, he swapped over to Winston. That's false advertising, Monty. He's not playing Hanzo right now.
Well, I did last time. If you had already had the All Access Pass, you could have watched it.
That's true. I'm actually a little bit surprised. I mean, I guess on attack he plays Hanzo quite a bit. They're on defense now. Atlanta Reign, though, swapping things up. They're just going to go for the 3-3.
Yeah, when they see the Winston 3-3, they know they have an advantage with the Reinhardt, so why not go ahead and just muscle your way in. Bumper doing his best to charge that Primal Rage.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you do. You try to get it quick and then knock people off the back of the point when they finally engage.
Got to be careful, though, because right now Popo is staying even, and he's going to have that Earth Shatter. So remember, you don't really have a barrier to block the Earth Shatter, so you can't really let him have it first or even remotely even with you. And that's kind of what we're getting right now.
You need to have, like, the world's most brilliant Winston bubbles. It doesn't work off often. Oh, Johnu already out of his mech. It's looking pretty good for Atlanta Reign at the start of all this. Hawksall pops a rally. Baby Bay down.
Big limb.
How in the world did they lose Baby Bay? Wow, that is tragic for Atlanta Reign. Can they clean it up, though? Maybe. I think they've got a chance anyway. All right. Selman Suit nearing a grab, but do you save it at this point? You committed the Transcend. You should probably just go for it. Popo goes for the charge. Bumper gets caught by Dako's self-destruct, though. That is not great for the Titans. Still looking pretty good for Atlanta Reign, and I think we're going to see a pretty quick point. But no!
Such a huge boop!
Double boop from Slime. Slime time yet again, but it may be too little too late.
It is, tragically, It is too little too late. But the really big play there was the fact that Popo got Shatter before Bumper got Primal. Like, you almost never see that happen. And by happening, like, basically he was able to get a 2-man stun. That means that they're able to eliminate people much more quickly and use the respawn advantage.
Right.
And now Vancouver Titans, ooh, the big question, should they have used that grab? That may come back to haunt them.
I mean, the armchair analysts can say no because they need it really bad right now, but if it had worked out, it would have been fine.
They still can hold, right? They've got the Primal. They should be able to delay enough with the Primal and the sound barrier, so they can also counter grab with the self-destruct.
They're going to have Transcendence in the second tier as well, so they'll have a couple tools to use anyway.
Yeah, and Atlanta realized they only have the grab right now, so they are going to have to poke a bit to get some of their other ults online.
They've got so much time, though. I mean, they're feeling pretty comfortable here, I think. They can get anything. Just waiting for it. Masa and Ursa trying to build their ultimates as fast as they can. Vancouver, though, Bumper died with his ultimate up. That is not great, but now the grab gets eaten. Johnu ready for Baby Bay. He knew it was coming. They still knock down Hawksall and take him out, though. So a chance to win this fight anyway. The sound barrier was used now. Vancouver Titans, all the support ultimates have been cashed in at this point. Soman Su down. Oh, but Johnu picks up 2 with the self-destruct. If that hadn't happened, I think Atlanta Reign would have had a really good shot there.
Johnu's placement was basically perfect because the Reinhardt was trapped behind the column, but couldn't cover. Popo could not cover his teammates with his shield, it looked like, because he was on the opposite side of the Graviton Surge.
Yeah.
And that placement by Johnu just got a little bit around the edge of the Reinhardt barrier, and that set up the elims. That was about as close as it could be. Bumper should really not be, yeah, now he's gonna switch. Yep. Definitely should not be playing that Winston.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you need to be able to block those shatters. Everything else, self-destructs.
That might be Atlanta's best chance to take the second point, though. They really had a good window after Bumper died, and they got the free shatter down.
Yeah, they also ate the, well, I guess Baby Bay's grab got
Yeah,
too,
that was I think that was the other main issue, but.
He's nearly got another grab, though. Back to the building pass that we kind of know him for him now. All right, Popo in a little bit of trouble. The sound barrier has to come in to keep him alive. Still going pretty low right now. They're going to burn the grab. Soman Su down immediately. That's a pretty good start. Soman Su was nearing his own ultimate there. So now it's a 6v5 in favor of Atlanta. Urster pops that rally too. That lets him get a bit more aggressive with all that extra armor. Bumper trying to struggle to stay alive, and he's not going to be able to do it. One tick taken already for Atlanta. Going to be two in just a second if they can push Vancouver back again. Oh, the stun. I think that might have canceled the shatter. Maybe it's hard to see. Either way, Atlanta Reign taken, and they have got a ton of time with which to win this map.
A ton of time. Like you say, Noah, this is where you can bring in multi-DPS compositions if you're the Atlanta Reign, because you don't have to worry about taking point B right now. Just go ahead and slow push them off the point.
All you need is that one tick. Quick break, and when we come back, we'll see if Atlanta Reign can do it. Atlanta Reign doing the job they needed to do, holding Vancouver Titans to overtime when they took their 2 points, and now finishing themselves with 3:33 in the time bank. And what that means, because Titans didn't finish with any time remaining, is that Atlanta Reign can attack, and they really only need the first tick, the first third of the control on point A to win the map.
Yeah, and we are going to see a little bit of a scout here from Atlanta Reign. You know, basically Vancouver Titans must play Winston 3-3. They're sort of forced into it, because if multi-DPS look comes out, then if you're playing the Reinhardt, it's really, really bad because you have nothing to stop the long-range damage.
Yeah.
And you have no mobility. But at this point, they're probably just going to switch to Rein 3-3 because of how effective it was in bullying them off the point the first time around. So
that's the plan. Should work fine. Here we go.
You have a lot of options. They're all good, basically.
Except for the attack Torbjorn. Maybe not that good. That's not one of your options. Urster. All right, a lot of damage being done to Atlanta Reign as they approach here. That gave Bumper about 40% of his ultimate. Not a bad start.
And it's already much better, right? He's getting his ult faster this time at 50%. He's stunned.
Oh, no! That is tragic, and that may be the map right there.
That's it.
With Bumper going down, I don't know how Titans hold this one. They need to get some picks right now, but it's going to be really tough. Slime needs to have a big boop here. You can see he's going for it. They can't get to the point anyway. So, Atlanta Reign take Paris, and they will tie up this series.
Retaking the point against that Reinhardt without a main tank is basically, I mean, it's very, very difficult. So no surprise there.
Yeah.
Atlanta striking back, though, on Assault that they have struggled on versus top teams, but they tie it up in the half.
That's exciting, man. Don't go anywhere. We're all tied up. Halftime coming up when we come back.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
Pass into the iris.
30 seconds. Just lock it down. Justice reigns from above.
Pass into the iris. iris.
Loose down. Play point.
Clear point.
Good
Nice.
Good job. One more.
Nice.
Oh, I thought we win.
You,
I forgot.
Not yet.
you 60 FPS?
No,
Welcome back, everybody. Malik here. We got Sideshow and Zoe at halftime. It is 1-1, all tied up. And as you guys just saw, Baby Bay completely flustered there at the end. He thought they had
Not
it
for the
won.
first time.
No, that was
Last
also-
time he didn't think they won.
Yeah.
Now he thought they won. All confused.
Can someone explain win conditions to Baby Bay? Like,
Right.
Can someone explain how the game works?
No, that man's just out there fragging. That's all he's
Yeah,
out there killing.
yeah.
All right, so at the top of this match, it looked like it was going to be a lot more of the same that we've seen from the Vancouver Titans, which is just sheer dominance from these guys, right?
Yeah, but I mean, even though the first map was rather dominant in the end, I do think that Atlanta Reign still had a lot of good things going for them. Overall, I wasn't very disappointed with them. I just think that. Yeah, they just didn't quite get the same value out of their ults as we saw from the Titans. But overall, they still managed to get the point on a quite high percentage in both rounds.
I think this is showing that the Atlanta Reign can hang with some of the top-level teams. They seem to level up their gameplay when they play against the best of the best, who are running through some of the stats in the pre-show that showed that as well. And the Titans, though, have not come out slowly. San Francisco Shock and New York both looked slow when they came out. A bit sloppy, not quite up to their level. This seems like very good Vancouver Titans.
Yeah.
Now, Paris was a bit weird.
I was about to say,
They
didn't
throw
go
out
on
weird
Paris.
stuff. But the overall map, whenever they've been playing triple tank, triple support, has seemed kind of up to the Vancouver Titans standard.
Right.
But then they also just throw Hanzo in there with Bumper and all sorts
Yeah.
of weird strats.
Yeah, Doomfist Bumper. I didn't think I would see that today.
Did you want to see it? Do you enjoy seeing it?
No. But I will say it's been cool seeing Atlanta, step up to the plate and play on the same level as the Titans. They're kind of like chameleons. They play to their competition for sure. Now, before we get into the second map, I think you have a little insight for us, right?
I do, yeah. I want to run through kind of the styles of both of these two teams. Atlanta are a slow team and they like to take space. So I want to show you guys in my insights powered by Intel what Twilight, the Zenyatta from the Vancouver Titans, has done to try and mitigate this. And I'm going to be focusing a lot on the Discord orb down here. This applies 25% extra damage to whoever it goes on. In GOATs, it's normally put on the enemy Ryan, but you can see he is putting it a lot on Darko to try and make sure that he is pushed away and out of the fight. Then he's going to also apply to other playmakers from the Atlanta Reign, like Ursta, like Massa, and to make sure that they are pushed out. Again, when the Atlanta Reign are pushing in, he puts it on Darko to begin, then he's putting it on Ursta, making sure that they can't go aggressive, and only when the fight devolves and is actually directly in the Reinhardt v Reinhardt does he put it on Popo. So it's very much about pushing the Atlanta Reign's playmakers away and making sure that they have space rather than trying to empower Bumper to win the Ryan v Ryan. He doesn't care about Popo. It seems like it's very much about pushing the enemy players out, making sure that guys like Massa and Darko, who are the big playmakers for Atlanta, can't make those plays.
Right. It's little micro calculations like that make the Vancouver Titans so dominant and make all their players so good. All right, so we're getting ready to go into the second half. I don't think many people saw this game being this close so far in. So going into the second half, how you guys feeling? The rest of this thing is going to play out. Is Atlanta going to possibly slay the Giants here?
I mean, this all comes down to what Vancouver Titans feels like playing against them. Clearly, if they're going a little bit too far out of the grid, it's not quite working for them. They almost got full health there on Paris. I don't really think they're going to continue in that fashion, though. I actually think if they're sticking to the 3-3 composition, then they should technically have the upper hand. However, I do feel like the Atlanta Reign really is coming in with very specific game plans, and they're executing it fairly well. So it's not going to be easy. I do think that Atlanta is going to give them a run for their money.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting in the second half as well. A close game, but Vancouver Titans to come out on top if they play the triple tank, triple support, as he's saying. If Bumper keeps playing the Doomfist, then who knows, Malik? Could be anything.
Oh, man, that Doomfist, that came out of nowhere, man. No,
Yeah, it really did.
All right, guys, it's all tied up. 1-1. Can the Atlanta Reign get their slingshots ready and take down the Giant? We're going to find out in just a bit. Stay tuned.
So one of the biggest challenges at the beginning was like to understand each other in game.
That was like really tough for me at the beginning because my English was like really poor.
Talking about strategy was kind of tough. Most of the callouts in game were fine.
That everybody knows even though you're not really comfortable in English, like left, right.
Word, back, behind. That's easy. But when you got really get going deep in strategy, it's kind of tough.
готовности. Огонь по готовности.
Into the iris.
Hey, we're back after halftime, all tied up between the Vancouver Titans and Atlanta Reign. And yeah, so what do you think so far? I mean, the Titans, I feel like that last map was Atlanta playing very well, admittedly, but also Titans just kind of almost messing around a little bit. I think a lot of teams would have tried that DPS attack for a little while and then made the swap, but I don't know. We need to see more maps here, but that last one is a little bit puzzling.
I agree with what Zoe said at halftime, that when the Titans are playing that 3-3 style, that's when they look really good.
Yeah.
Obviously, maybe a bit troubling if you're a Titans fan and you're thinking about metas in the future, but for now, because they are so dominant at that style. So are they going to go back to their roots? The answer is probably. I mean, especially for a map like Hollywood. But Paris was a bright spot, and the Reign, we keep calling them the Robin Hood team, the team that takes maps from the good teams and donates them to the bad teams.
True.
But, it's playing out here again. I think the Reign played really well overall on Paris, and maybe they'll be able to carry that through. I don't think they can do it in the mirror, but I'd be happy to be proven wrong.
I feel like sometimes what happens with the Titans, though, is that they look a little bit shaky in the first half, and then they go back into, like, the player area, and then, like, Harsha takes all the 500-pound weights off their arms and stuff like that, and he's like, now go forth and win. And then just come out and dominate for the second half when they play 3-3, so we'll see. I do have 3-3 loaded up for the defense anyway. Atlanta Reign. Looks like they're going to be, I was going to say doing a little bit of scouting, but nope, just changing right over to the Ryan 3-3 themselves.
You know what you're going to get on point A here.
I certainly do.
There's not really a need to scout, I think, on Hollywood, because it's very rare that teams are going to be doing something that isn't Ryan 3-3 on the defense.
Yep.
And so it will be the mirror, and this is Atlanta's test. Can they come in and take a map type? Hybrid has been one of their go-to map types.
Well, there's only been really one team in the Overwatch League that's been able to successfully take down Titans in the 3-3 to 3-3, and it's not looking like Atlanta's going to be the second one right now.
Titans are playing very well in the 3-3 mirror today around those openings. We saw it on Control, on Nepal. Bumper, he already has a shatter. They do not know he has the shatter.
No one would expect that.
No one would expect the shatter right now.
Nobody expects the shatter from behind. There it is again. Popo down already. Baby Bay soon to follow, and you'll take that every time, man. Press Q to eliminate the tank line.
And that's just mind games, right? Normally you would check those corners, but nobody expects that shatter after a very brief first team fight. So you get away with it.
He can't keep getting away with it.
Oh, he can, and he will.
He does, yeah. Pretty often, actually. And now the great thing is Somansu's going to have his Graviton Surge soon, too, so Titans still in a good position ult-wise to defend this next push. Where Atlanta Reign, they haven't been able to really build a lot of ult charge yet. They've got a lot of poking to do yet. And Bumper's not going to let him. He's just going to walk right down there.
And look at the way now on the first, and this is the third attack now by the Reign. The Titans have been playing the high angle, getting some damage, and then just dropping it all inning. This is so aggressive.
Oh, Hawksall coming down like Batman there, and they're going to get 2 kills already. Ursa and Dogman out of commission. That rally giving them the armor they need to survive. And the chase down onto Baby Bay. Yep, just going to keep in the stairway here. Slime there.
The difference is that Batman doesn't kill anybody, though, but Hawksall...
Well, have you seen the new Batman movies? If your answer is no, then I would say good job. But if you have, times
I have
changed.
not. I have not,
Times have
thankfully.
changed a little bit. Martha? Don't get me started. Well, Vancouver Titans didn't even need to use their grab for that last fight. They're going to be basically sitting on 5 ultimates for this next push.
Oh, yeah. Titans has been an immaculate defense. Good disruption. They split them.
Dako.
They split them.
Yeah, he ate Summons Who's grab, though. It's a good start. Now the Shatter comes in, knocks on Hawksall at least. You got to get the kills, though. That's the secret to taking the point. Twilight's Transcendence has ended now. Oh, that's a big Shatter coming out for Bumper. He was in the stairwell. Nobody really expected it, I guess, but they didn't really get any kills off of it. They did push Atlanta Rain back, and now the grab comes out from Baby Bay. Dako with the self-destruct, and it's going to get Bumper. They eliminated the shield just in time, but Pokpo going down as well, so both
Baby Bay's so low as well. They've got to get Baby Bay down, but he gets him back on the high ground.
Yeah, all right. Hawksall taken out. Both teams really trading blows here. Here comes Somansu's grab. Again, he built another one so fast, but they just don't have the damage to capitalize on it. And now Twilight uses the Transcendence to just delay long enough for Bumper to get back onto the point again. Long, protracted fight here.
Ults are down. Dako does get the chance to remech, though. It is going to be a 6 versus 5 temporarily, and now Hawksall's back. 6 versus 6 on the point.
Yeah, Pokepo's got his Shatter too now. Pretty nice. Shatter under the payload if he wants to. He's going to do just that. Gets blocked, though, by Bumper. He was ready. Now, they're going to buy some more time. 1 tick taken. Sound barriers, they get aggressive. Bumper a little bit low, so is Slime. They're going to back off. Janu's mech is out of the way. Somansu just on top getting solo grabbed, but he's doing a ton of damage on that Zarya at the same time. Pokepo down, but there goes Hawksall. So still a good chance for Vancouver, but it's nearly a full hold already, though. Atlanta Rain, they need to win this fight. Baby Bay in the back lines, he's going to go down, and Vancouver Titans managed to just barely hold on. Pokepo coming in with the Wrecking Ball, dodges the Shatter actually around the corner, but I don't know if you can keep the attack going here. You've got the spawn advantage as the attacker on Hollywood, but it's going to be tough, especially with Pokepo out of the way. Is basically juggled like a beach ball there, and that is it. The world's most aggressive parking attendants strike again. Twilight and the rest of the Titans hold. Funny body block and security at the end there. But.
That's right. Just go ahead, body block the trancing Zenyatta that's going to come through, but really dominant performance by the Vancouver Titans. Atlanta Rain, they at least still have a chance to win, though. They did take 69.3% of that point.
Right. We'll see if they can defend it right after this.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
Огонь по готовности. Огонь по готовности.
Oh, Vancouver Titans with the full hold here on Hollywood, not even allowing the payload to get moving for the Atlanta Rain. And now the Titans have a chance to attack, and all they need to take is 69.3% of the point to win the map.
Well, we talked coming in about how the Atlanta Rain on Hybrid and Control were 7-1 against top 3 opponents, NYXL and Shock. And today they lost Control. They've been stymied on Hybrid, but they won Assault. So who knows how to predict the Atlanta Rain, really?
Opposite day, I guess. Any way you slice it, I think we're seeing another situation where San Francisco Shock is the only team in the league that can actually go toe-to-toe in 3-3 with the Vancouver Titans, because if you look at control earlier and you look at that last round, it was not close.
No, it wasn't. And we're going to be looking at seeing what the Atlanta Reign can do here. Obviously, they're not down and out yet. Still possible for them to take that victory, but they have to keep it under 70% effectively.
Masa is just beseeching the Phoenix itself to help them rise from the ashes of that first round and win the map.
I mean, it does seem appropriate. The Atlanta Reign are constantly, dying and then rising again. They're living up to their Phoenix image.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I like that it's lore-appropriate play style. Team lore. I don't know if that's a thing. It is now. I've invented it. Vancouver Titans getting aggressive here. Remember, all they need is a little over 2 ticks to win the map, and they're going all the way around. All right, cafe approach here.
They're just going to try and poke from the high ground. This clears both high grounds if you do this kind of approach, so it does take a little bit longer, but as long as you're not separated coming out of security, and they weren't, it's totally fine.
Yeah, that's right. They're going to jump right on. Oh, but Hawksall, the first to fall there. Taco takes a little bit of damage here, but when you lose your Brigida, especially if it's a Brigida like Hawksall, it's tough to keep pushing. They're going to keep doing, though. Why not poke? Reign can't really pursue very aggressively at the moment. If they disengage. Meanwhile, Twilight, he needs to get back into cover, man. He is so low. Twilight barely stays alive. He's on like sub 10 health for a second there.
They're split right now too. Janu has to get through there. They're taking a lot of damage. Somitsu is alone right now on that high ground. Atlanta's not responding to anything though. They're just hiding.
Well, Atlanta's just farming him for ultimates right now, man. Bumper drops a shadow though. They get Dogman. Can they kill him before he can use his trance? Not quite. It doesn't look like he can. Sound barrier comes in anyway. Dogman gets to save the transcendence. And now Daco eats Somitsu's grab. So everything going great for Atlanta Reign so far.
The problem is that they're going to re-engage.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's huge. He died before he could use his sound barrier. They could have re-engaged with that sound barrier considering Atlanta had used theirs.
Yep, Bumper down as well. You gotta get out. Now if you're the Titans, they're gonna lose a few people on the way too. Twilight going down, and Somitsu's gonna lose all his charge here. He's not gonna survive.
Oh, that is really important.
Yeah.
That happened, the kill on Slime, because basically Atlanta had used both of their significant support ultimates, the trance and the sound barrier early, and had the Titans been able to re-engage with that with Slime, they could have really muscled them off the point. Everything just balancing on that nice edge. This time it falls in favor of the Reign.
Yeah, yikes. All right, Atlanta Reign, they needed to have a strong defense, and they are doing exactly that right now. Less than 2 minutes on the time bank. They've got a real shot at this one now.
I definitely do.
Yeah, maybe Bay waiting for that transcendence, gonna use it after they fall out of the cafe there. Sound barrier for Slime this time. Keeps everybody alive. Shatter comes in though from Popo. Nobody knocked down. They've got Twilight's transcendence out now. Locked and self-destruct going in. Now it's time to re-engage. Janu doesn't get any with that. They do force the transcendence out now, but Bumper is down. Atlanta Reign again in the 6v5. They've got the edge here. Oh, but Masa and Dogman fall. Somitsu getting that damage in on the Zarya. That's going to be all she wrote for Hollywood. Masa dying right before he got his sound barrier. That is tragic, man.
That's what really hurts. Masa with about 3% on his sound barrier, just couldn't make it there. Dogman come in with a sound barrier though. That's a cheeky move.
Yeah, why not? But he's going to get shattered immediately. Does not get to use his adaptive shielding, and that's going to be it. Erster forced out. And it's going to be a lead now for the Vancouver Titans in this series. It was so close. I feel like we're almost seeing flashbacks of their match against the Shock, where they came so close to winning a lot of those maps against San Francisco, and it's the small things, you know?
Yeah, it definitely is. 31-9 though, the elimination, so pretty heavily in favor of the Titans.
There is that. Map 4 when we come back.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
Огонь по готовности.
Into the iris.
Well, the Titans have the lead in this series with a win on Hollywood. It was a close affair, but they were able to pull it out in the end with some crucial last-minute heroics. And Bumper, I gotta say, playing overall a lot more safe today.
Yeah, it's definitely a less wild approach. Sure, you still see those characteristic aggressive engages, and I loved seeing those drop downs from the Titans on Hollywood, really taking advantage of the fact that they were dealing a lot of chip damage on the approach. And the 3-3 meta is a lot about the combined health pool of your entire team. So if you're able to chunk out a couple members early on, simply because you're going to have equal sustain and basically equal damage if your Zaryas are both equally charged, which they were in these instances, you can take those all-ins.
Yeah.
Because the total health pool is just lower. And understanding that and having confidence in your ability to play that out is really a hallmark of the Titans.
I mean, yeah, they know how to play it better than nearly anybody. And you have to say nearly anybody now after that state finals. I kind of want to say anybody. Looking at Baby Bay. Oh, some basic stats from Chicago. There he is. That's right. We're talking about you.
6 in hero damage for 10 minutes in stage 2 is
pretty solid.
Really good for him so far. You know, especially right after being traded and taking time to really integrate with his team. And the thing about Baby Bay is it's never been a question of mechanics with this guy. His mechanics are incredible. It's been his decision making, and I think he's shown some pretty good decision making today when it comes to those solo grabs we were getting from him on Paris. You clean up some of those grabs, he gets eaten. Some of which weren't his faults in stage 2. Fury doing Fury things was not Baby Bay's fault.
Well, I think, I mean, if you look at today, Soman Su's had more grabs eaten than Baby Bay.
Yes.
So Baby Bay playing pretty solid here in stage 2 so far. And I mean, again, like this is just this is literally the toughest week you can have as a team in the Overwatch League, playing both San Francisco Shock and the Vancouver Titans. So if you're an Atlanta Reign fan, I think win or lose today, you're going to be pretty happy with how the team looked.
Oh,
they can keep up this level of play. They're going to beat a lot of other teams this stage.
Yeah, and they need to get through the rest of this stage. And looking at the remainder of their schedule, it is feasible that even with 2 losses, they could go 4-3, outside shot at 5-2.
Sure.
But their goal should really just be reaching the stage playoffs, making sure they stay in that top 12 in season playoff contention. And I think those are both achievable goals for them, given the way they've been playing recently.
True enough, Vancouver Titans on the attack here on our escort map, Watch Point Gibraltar. And we'll see how far they can push it. They are just starting things off with the standard Reinhardt 3-3. They did go for the Road Dogg play, but didn't find any early picks, so back to the usual.
Might as well try it though, don't lose any time. Always worth it, and we are going to see the meat grinder room here. It's Atlanta Reign trying to use that cover that it provides. We have to be so careful not to get separated.
Yeah, you don't want to get stopped in a corner like Popo is right now, but it's going to be Hawksall that goes down anyway. So the reverse pincer maneuver from Atlanta Reign and Dogman is Dome's Twilight from on high.
Just jumps on his head and
that's right.
Finishes off that right click. That's a style move right there.
It's
so,
me, Mario.
Titans, though, they tried to punish that, but instead they find themselves in the dead end hallway.
When the Punisher becomes the Punishee.
That was good, though, by the Atlanta Reign. They moved out of it, and the Titans dove in, and they were the ones caught in the AoE madness.
Yeah, they got a lot of ult charge out of that, too. That said, Bumper with a really fast shatter again, as you expect. He's going to go ahead and use it, tries to just surprise block with it, but doesn't hit anybody. Yeah, they were ready. And now the engagement from the Atlanta Reign, going to use the rally to just push back the Titans a little bit. Titans not deterred, though. They are getting close to some ultimates, but Baby Bay has his grab. Some tools available.
Look at this. We're going to see some movement here from Janu behind. He's trying to torture Dogman right now.
All right, meanwhile, grab comes in from Baby Bay. Sound barrier from the Titans. Janu demeched anyway. Bumper stunned. He's going to get taken out. Now the shatter comes in to seal the deal for Atlanta Reign. They lost Baby Bay during that, but I don't know. Titans They're looking like they want to keep pushing this. They've still got their Zarya, and I guess as long as you have your Zarya, you've got the damage.
It is a 4 versus 5 in favor of the Rain, but they don't have the Zarya, so they need to play the corner right now. They can't play in the open, so the card is going to get some movement.
That's a funny thing. I mean, in this composition, Zarya oftentimes is your most important hero. That's where a lot of the damage is coming from. Somansu drops a grab. All right, Dogman with the Transcendence. Rain trying to stay alive. Bumper a little bit low. Let's play it safe for just a moment. Atlanta Rain giving some ground, and now they have to give more as the self-destruct comes in. Doesn't really land maybe where Janu wanted to place it. Didn't really gain them any ground here, too. Yeah, that was kind of a messed up self-destruct. Didn't end up working out. Shatter comes in, doesn't hit anybody. Titan still grinding forward. Bumper getting aggressive now. Oh, but he's getting really low, too. The Rain still have to back out of the room for the moment. That payload nearly at the end of point A here. Oh, but there goes Masa. And that might be the beginning of the end. Yep. Titans just grinding it through to the end of A.
The problem there for the Atlanta Rain was Masa using that sound barrier against the self-destruct when they were able to go into cover of the small room on the side.
Right.
So the self-destruct gets incredible value because Masa decides to commit his own ultimate to it as well, and that's not a good decision. Atlanta Rain, you know, they have been struggling recently with some support ult timing issues, and there's one of them.
Apparently so. Speaking of ultimates, Atlanta still has more available at the moment, but Vancouver very close to getting quite a few of theirs online. Grab comes in from Baby Bay, or rather from Somansu, that is. Ultimates all over the place, man. Both support ultimates burned by the Titans as they try to get aggressive. 2 people knocked down by Bumper Shatter, and Bumper's gonna take, or get taken in by Poke Post Charge. Still though, Atlanta Rain able to kind of peel apart the Vancouver Titans and get a little bit of stability on the payload.
Well, Vancouver Titans reset pretty hard in ultimate economy as well. Certainly they have that rally, but getting through those choke points can be quite tricky. Man is going to deal a lot of damage to them as they attempt to make it back to the payload.
B gets a little bit tough sometimes. Trying to make it around that like pod racer engine, I guess, there down at the bottom. I guess Winston wants to go pod racing, I don't know. That's what he's been working on for a while. I'd like to see that sometime.
Yeah, bring that to the workshop.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, can we make a pod racing game? That'd be sick. Can we make Roadhogs be like the pods? I don't know. Anything's possible with the workshop. Oh, that's a big shatter coming in from the Atlanta Rain. Luckily, Titans trying to recover, but they can't keep Bumper alive. There goes Hawksall as well in just a moment here. And yeah, just a great shatter from Pokepo there. Kind of out of nowhere, and Titans not ready for that one.
So the Titans were trying to rush them with the rally, which caused Hawksall to get in front of Bumper's barrier, and that presented the opportunity for the shatter from the Rain. These little things really make a big difference. You take a look right here. So rally's going to come in. Where is it?
All right, yeah. Bumper just walked far forward, and Pokepo just swinging and hit that one on the side.
Yeah, you can see Hawksall was just right in front of the barrier, though, because they were trying to just engage off of the rally. The little positional errors can make a big difference.
Yeah. I mean, you see good tanks do that, though, sometimes. You just kind of let the Reinhardt enemy run past you, then you just shatter the rest of his team. Titans with a good amount of ultimates, but Atlanta Rain's still in a good spot to keep this payload held, and we're down to less than a minute now. It's been a defensive match so far, hasn't it? Here we go. Grabs on both sides. Transcendence on both sides. Dako, nothing from the self-destruct. Nothing for Janu either here. So after the dust clears with the ultimates, a shatter is attempted by Pokepo, but this time not killing anybody. It does force Bumper back, though. Enough damage was done. Dako gets remeked, or demeked, though. As the Janu, like parodying everything that's happening right now. Goes Dako. They've been pushing the payload forward, so in the end, all those ultimates used, but what it's been resulting in is Titans just continuing to push it forward. It looks a lot like the end of point A did.
Yeah, but still pretty good stall. I mean, yes, they do get some more time on the clock, about a minute and a half, but there's not a lot to get to the end of point C right now, and they have to play aggressively around these spawn doors.
They should really turn that rocket off. That's a lot of fuel being wasted right now.
Yeah, it's on right now.
Burning, yeah.
Yeah, they probably have fusion in the future, so probably no fuel being wasted, actually.
I mean, we've got fusion in our league right now.
That's true.
The future is now. Either way, you should turn that rocket off.
Oh,
no, Somansu. That's his third grab eaten in this series. I'm pretty sure it's been a rough one for Somansu today. Ugh. Dako has been more than ready to gobble up those grabs. Baby Bay stunned. Oh, he goes down. Doesn't get it. Oh, he did use his grab at the end. All right. Well, they've got a chance here to keep pushing here. Poke gets the charge skill on the Hawksall. But again, the lack of damage, that's the concern. How much can Solmansu do? Twilight does take down Poke. That payload still seems like it wants to move forward here.
I mean, it will, and they're not going to use the self-destruct, so Daco just going to commit to the reset right now.
Okay. Yeah.
And really, Bumper, he charged Dogman away during the Transcendence, which meant that the Vancouver Titans could get the necessary damage to get the kills.
Hello.
Solmansu, he's lurking there with his Graviton Surge. Titans looking like they will be finishing Gibraltar.
What? Poke just dies trying to get out there and stop the payload. It's nearly at the end. Twilight taken out as well. Here we go. Grab comes in. Daco, unfortunately, not able to get anything with his self-destruct. Masa gets caught by Janus, though, and that looks like that's going to be enough, probably, to finish it. It will be. And so the Titans get it done with a very quick point C. A and B were nearly holds for the Reign, but C just got absolutely rolled by Vancouver.
Yeah, I don't know about that reset right there. There are times where you have to make some very tough decisions.
Yeah.
At the end of a map about whether you're going to reset, whether you're going to fight it out. Can you even reset as an entire team given the time available to you? That time it was no. The answer was no. Titans able to stagger them and go ahead and fight easily at the end of C.
Yep. Wake up, Twilight. It's rubbing his eyes. Or maybe his hair was in his eyes. I don't know. See, if my hair came down that low, I'd be really worried about like getting my eyes all the time. Luckily, I will never have to worry about that in my life again. So I've got that going for me anyway.
So you always look on the bright side, Joe.
That's right. There's a silver lining in everything. Though maybe I shouldn't use the word silver. Vancouver Titans on the defense. Atlanta Reign, they got to finish this. Only 7.8 seconds left for Vancouver, but they got it done. So a lot is on Atlanta right now. If they are able to win this map, they're going to force us to the overtime game 5. But I don't know, man. When it comes to 3-3 versus 3-3, Vancouver might look a little bit shaky at times, but it seems like they always manage to find a way to win out.
This has been the closest.
That's their logo.
That is their logo.
In case you didn't know.
There have been times on this map where they've looked shaky. On the other two maps where we've seen the 3-3 mirror, it's been like 3-1 in terms of eliminations, if not more. This time, though, Titans are only up 23-21. Atlanta has been more competitive.
Sure enough. Time to push. Vancouver Titans actually giving a lot of ground.
You have to. You're always just going to defend here at this room where there's actually cover for the defending team. And you have access to the mega health pack.
Artsy's going to Bumper down early. Okay, so good start for Atlanta Reign. Oh, but as I say that, a couple more kills come in. It is going to be Atlanta Reign coming out on top in the end, but
I mean, it's a 4 versus 2 for Atlanta now.
Yeah.
And they're coming in with the spawn advantage, so they'll be feeling great about that. So really, Atlanta's basically won all of those team fights that we've seen in that area. So at least they're outplaying them in that regard.
When you put everybody in a tiny room and people just swing hammers around.
It's the Reinhardt dream, though. Huh?
I guess so.
It's the Reinhardt dream.
All right.
That's why Poco has his shatter already.
True enough.
And now
Bumper not expecting that one. Yep. Are they going to keep him alive? Someone's the one who's low too. Yeah, you got to use that Transcendence. That's rough because Baby Bay's nearly got his grab. They got to win the fight before Baby Bay gets that grab online. And I don't know if it's going to happen. He's got the high ground. He's doing tons of damage, making Obi-Wan proud. Going down now as he nearly has that grab. A Bumper down already. They might be able to win this fight without it. Yeah, save the grab. Take the point.
Just got to eliminate this pesky Lucio, and that's 2 team fight wins for the Atlanta Reign back-to-back. So Payload really not stopping at all, and they need all the time they can get in this time bank to go into that extra time with an advantage.
I mean, it kind of reminds you a little bit of what happened on Paris so far, right? Where they were able to get the attack done a lot faster. They were able to turn that into a map win in the end. So trying to recreate the same thing right now. Trying to win on the map types they don't normally have the best results against top teams on.
Yep, it's been weird.
Yep. Baby Bay with the grab. A lot of offense up for Atlanta right now. There's a grab right now. Oh man, they get absolutely wrecked. Yeah, grab plus shatter. Taco They use everything there except for the support ults.
Why not? You get to the end of point B this way, and
Yeah.
you say, this puts you in a great situation, right? You've taken 2 checkpoints. You have an immense amount of time. Janu is not going to be able to stall this out.
I don't think so. Self-destruct buys time for his team to come in with the sound barrier. They're going for it. Atlanta Reign short on ultimates right now.
Ooh, nice.
So they took Dogman out of it again. Janu gets a kill onto Erster. So maybe they can actually hold right here. Atlanta Reign wasn't expecting such an aggressive defense, and that's a nice shatter from Bumper too. You gotta expect that Vancouver is gonna do the unexpected. They make it work.
That was beautiful by the Titans. The fact that they knew, and this is really what sets them apart as a team, looked hopeless for many teams, but they're coming in and they know the precise timing to get Janu in there to stop the payload at about less than 2 meters from the finish. Use the self-destruct, that buys them just enough time to get everyone in there with the sound barrier and then the Graviton Surge. The timing doesn't get more perfect than that. That was amazing.
I mean, they're just brilliant at knowing their limits with this composition, and like you said, that's what makes them one of the best teams at doing that. Janu really close to another self-destruct already here.
Yeah, the price you pay, though, is the Titans, yes, they stalled it out, but they are hurting in ult economy now. They had to use so much, and Atlanta Reign, they're coming in with that Graviton Surge. There are no defensive support ultimates. If BabyBay doesn't get this grab eaten, they are going to be in a really good position, the Reign.
Yep, that's right. Twilight's got to get his Transcendence. Hoxall's got to get his rally, and now Bumper down. Got knocked over, but he stayed up. It's going to be the sound barrier from Atlanta Reign as they try to keep pushing forward here. Transcendence is used, Hoxall taken out first, so Folkbo giving Atlanta Reign the numbers advantage as they try to finish point B. Shatter for Bumper doesn't really get anybody, and Vancouver Titans having to give a lot of ground here, and yeah, there goes Slime, dies right before the sound barrier comes up, so this is gonna finally be the end of point B.
Yes, it will. Summonsue eventually will fall, takes Dogman to the grave with him.
Not the same grave. It would be a pet cemetery for Dogman.
That's true. Where would you bury Dogman?
I don't know. Somewhere between the... Is he more dog or more man?
Is he more dog or more man? The pressing questions that we have.
That's kind of a very grim line of reasoning there. Let's not worry about that. Slime with the sound barrier. I think they're going to just give Reign a little bit of room as they try to build some ultimates up. Somansu's grab is going to need to be big here. Oh, there's the shatter. Janu in a lot of trouble. Oh, they respond with Somansu, and now Bumper gets a charge onto Erster. So good start on the defense for C for the Titans.
You got no protection against the Graviton Surge. Dogman now getting the Transcendence online. Atlanta Reign got to focus on the next fight. Meanwhile, do see on the right side of your screen, Dako is hiding up there. They don't know.
Dako Stocko.
He's waiting. Gonna go ahead and get an armor pack there from Erster before he rejoins the team.
A little bit of ultimates available here with Vancouver, making some progress in that regard as well. All right, Dako giving his team the defense matrix to make that rotation over to the stairs here. Titans getting a lot of time though to build some ultimates, especially those defensive ones. Twilight trying to find some picks on the side when you've got people on those multiple vertical levels right now. It's a duel between the Zens right now. Oh, and Dogman took a hit. There's the grab from BabyBay. Twilight going into this Transcendence. Pokebo, ooh, he got stunned during his Earth Shatter animation. He's not going to get that ultimate off this time. Atlanta Reign charging forward. Ooh, and Dako catches Twilight with the self-destruct. Titans now having to give a lot of ground. And Atlanta Reign opening the door to finishing this map with more time in the time bank.
They couldn't actually launch the self-destruct in because they were body blocking the door right there.
Yeah.
So Janu's self-destruct doesn't get anything done.
I mean, that's basically that, right? I mean, people are going to stream on one at a time, but I think Atlanta Reign should be finishing. Yeah, 126 in the time bank. Definitely better than the 7.8 seconds for the Titans.
Atlanta Reign coming through on this escort map.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know, they have not won an escort map versus NYXL or versus the Shock.
Quick break, and when we come back, extra innings. Hey, they're 0-3 in Gibraltar, right? We're back. Time to go into time bank mode here on Gibraltar, but first, check out some highlights here. Twilight switching over. Uh-oh, what do you do? And roll. Come on, you can do it. Yes. Oh, no. That was one of the most depressing sequences of events I've ever seen.
When you're feeling good about yourself, able to climb back to the top of that mountain, but
yeah.
Sometimes as Wrecking Ball, you are the boulder of Sisyphus.
I was going to say.
Rolling up and only falling down again.
It was a very Sisyphus-y situation for Twilight there. Sisyphean. It's not a word I use a whole lot, believe it or not.
It's a word I use a lot.
I do believe that. I do believe that. Titans on the attack. They've got a little bit less time in the time bank. Started with a minute 7 compared to the 2:18 that Atlanta Rain's going to have. They're getting aggressive here. They want to waste no time. Hawksaw and Nurse are both down. Ooh, but it's going to be Atlanta Rain.
Huge
Atlanta
Rain.
Kills early on. That said, Bumper does take down Dogman and Soman Stew. Still up doing the damage. Popo comes in with the charge. Daco getting D-Max, and now Popo out of commission. Titans grinding through. How many times have we seen this when the game is on the line? The Titans are just able to win out in these 3-3 brawls.
The big change there was Bumper reverse charging Daco back into the team. That gets the mech kill and the mini diva kill. Now Atlanta Rain, they're going to try and defend at the end of A.
Yep, that's right. It's going to be overtime no matter what happens here, but if they can at least get that first point, that is huge. But Daco is already out of the mech again. Bumper waiting for a chance to use that shatter. Baby Bay really needs to be dealt with. He's getting so close to that grab. Janu out of mech as well. There's the shatter. Not going to hit anybody. Urster down. They've got the sound barrier for Masa just in time here. Oh, but there goes Masa as well. Now Baby Bay uses the grab, but there's no follow-up from Atlanta Rain. And it's only Dogman and Daco on the point right now. Looks like it's going to be point A taken by the Titans, and in overtime like that, this is big.
And Atlanta overcommitted with the grab and the trance at the end of that. Now Masa going to get split spawn. He zips around the corner, riding the walls on the Lucio, so he will escape. But Atlanta, they could have gracefully lost that fight and entered the next one with an edge. Now, they're going to try and get control of the high ground, but the payload keeps moving.
And it feels so bad when you get your enemy team in overtime and they still take that first point, because even if you've got more time in the time bank, it puts so much more pressure on you now. Soman Su's got that grab in just a second here. There it is, gonna go ahead and use it. Urster had the rally out, so maybe the armor can make a difference, maybe not. Masa down again. Bumper finally falls. So here's an opportunity for Atlanta Rain. They gotta stay on the payload. Remember, Titans cannot vacate. They gotta stick to that thing, otherwise that OT bar is gonna drop so fast. They're still pushing this payload forward, though.
I mean, they don't have any healing, though, and that's the thing, is the Atlanta Rain needed to back off because they didn't have the Inspire from Brigitte, they didn't have a Lucio, and Twilight is just popping off.
And fragging out with the 4K to finish point B. I love it. Vancouver Titans making this one of the longest overtime pushes we've seen on Gibraltar, and now that we're into C, you get really worried. Let's watch Twilight click some heads here.
I mean, look how low everybody is. They just don't have healing. Because Masa died at the start of that fight, they were basically a Brigitte that had been disengaged, that didn't have the Inspire up, and like one Orb of Harmony.
Yeah.
Just not enough to heal up that composition.
Atlanta Rain wants to end this right now, but the shatter from Bumper was huge. Atlanta Rain walked right into it. And look at that, so many ultimates go unused for Atlanta. They're gonna have a good fight at the end of this point, but man, they've given up a lot of distance.
And that's infuriating if you're a Rain fan, because they came into that fight with such a huge ult advantage. That was the one they had to win. Atlanta knew it, they were playing aggressively, but Bumper catches them with a really good shatter.
Soman Su with another grab here. Oh, he got to stay on the payload. Oh, that was so close. There's the grab. All right, Bumper's gonna charge through. Self-destruct coming in. Janu doesn't pick anybody with that. Another big shatter though. This time onto Vancouver, and Popo looks like he's gonna end the push himself. Just shy of a full complete. But yeah, man, if you're Titans, you're gonna be thrilled with that push.
They did that with a minute in the time bank.
I know, right? Hey, they're pretty good at 3-3, aren't they?
Oh boy.
Not bad.
You know, that's the gauntlet has definitely been thrown right now. Atlanta, sure, they've got more than double the time the Titans have.
I mean, use Pokemon's Shatter to end this push here. It was good. Just counter Shatter after getting charged. And you said the gauntlet has been thrown. Oh. the Titans have thrown that gauntlet so hard, it circled the entire planet before it came back to slap Atlanta Reign in the face. That's how good that push was.
It was great.
It was like an orbital gauntlet throw.
Pokebo too, the most impressive thing to me was his attention to that self-destruct actually, because it's one thing to see the opening or the shatter right there, but also to be tracking that Diva 180 through the sky behind you to block it off with your shield for the rest of the team.
Sure.
Really impressive play from Pokebo.
That's right. And so, Atlanta Reign have 2 minutes and 18 seconds in the time bank, double the time that the Titans had on their attack, but with the push the Titans made, it's going to be really difficult either way. Are they going to go for the early pick play here? They are, okay. Trying to go for the Roadhog hook off the high ground here. No for no.
Change their mind.
Okay, yep. Decided not to. I don't think that would have been a bad decision, but look at this. We actually have Summon Sue on the Sombra this time, and I think it's a great idea. One EMP at the end of A could end it.
Yeah, I agree with you though. I think you think if you're the Vancouver Titans right now, we just need one fight somewhere between now and literally the end of the match. So why not just go for multiple EMPs? There's so much room for error with how fast EMP charges.
Right. Very true. You have to wait for the time to expire at least, so you want to delay as long as you can on A here, but yeah, okay, Atlanta getting aggressive now. They want to finish A quickly if they can. Titans kind of wrapping behind them though. Summon Sue getting really close at EMP. Dako gets a little bit low. Remember, even if they win a fight here, Titans will still need to win another one. They're going to EMP right away. And there goes Dogman and Pokebo rather. What can you do? Okay, so Atlanta Reign sent back to spawn, but they do still have more than a minute remaining.
Still, I mean, you love this strategy. Go back to the Sombra Goats on your Gibraltar defense. You win that fight only using EMP. And because they're playing the Reinhardt 3-3, they really struggle with removing Sombra, poking you from the high ground. And is it really hurting you? No, it's not chunking you out. It's not making you worse in the team fight, but it is charging that EMP really quickly.
Yeah. All right, Bumper with a shatter. That could set Atlanta way back. He hits a good one anyway. All right, Dako got stunned. Dako got stunned by Hawksaw when he jumped down, and that means no Diva for Atlanta right now. They lose Dogman on the way out as well. Bumper, who goes through narrowly, missing that charge there. Not Pokebo, kills Janu on the way out.
That's actually really good.
Yeah. Late kills though on Masa and Pokebo though, so it's going to take a long time for the respawn. Janu should be able to get back there.
We'll see what they want to do with this. Now, 6 ults up. I mean, Titans win that fight without using a single ult. Pokebo committed the shatter to get the late pick, but because of the other people also falling late, Janu is going to be back with that Graviton Surge in time.
Match on the line right now for Atlanta Reign. There's the EMP, hits 3 people. Dogman does get the Transcendence off just in time, and Summon Sue, the first of all. It was only the server though, not the biggest deal. Now the sound barrier gets used by Atlanta. Vancouver having to back away here. Atlanta Reign with the edge so far in this fight. And I think they're going to win this one. Yeah, that's going to be point A.
Maybe they got the Graviton Surge off before he got hacked.
Yeah.
That's what happened right there. He was just trying to use it as aggressively as he possibly could, knowing the EMP was available again, and it pays off.
Yep. Credit to Dogman as well, predicting that, and having the Transcendence going before the EMP hit as well. But now Vancouver Titans, they're still in a good position. They still only need to win one fight to win the match. And they've got a lot of space to do it in. The Atlanta Reign at least have kept themselves in it. All right, Dako coming out with the self-destruct to force the sound barrier. People were out of position. He had to try to save him with that shield.
All right, that's a good win though.
Yeah.
You'll trade that every time if you're at the Atlanta Reign.
A Bumper Shatter doesn't get anything for the Titans as well. Titans reeling a little bit here. At the end of this push, Janu knocked down. They try to save him, but they can't do that. And now, no Zarya, no Reinhardt. It's going to be point B, probably taken right here by the Reign.
Thing is, they're playing for the next fight, Doa. Summon Sue nearly at the Graviton Surge again. Atlanta Reign, though, have to use the Shatter. They have to use the Self-Destruct, but they keep the payload moving. They keep their hopes in this match alive.
Yeah, Atlanta,
and they're going to get the split spawns. Huge.
Late kills onto Bumper and Janu. That's insane. Somansu really close to the EMP now, though. Vancouver, again, remember, they just need to win one more fight. But Atlanta Reign has looked great in this attack so far.
I mean, Baby Bay and Dogman countered the EMP last time. Can they do it again?
Yeah. We will see.
Somansu's right there. He's invisible up above. He's going to try and drop down.
We got knocked away, though.
Got knocked away.
By Urster. There's the EMP anyway. Hits Baby Bay, but Baby Bay does get the grab off. Dogman gets the Transcendence out as well. Poke down, though. It's the 6v5 in favor of the Titans. Soundbarrier's going to need to do the work, but now Dako out of the mech. There comes the grab in the end, courtesy of Janu, and there goes the end of the match, courtesy of the Vancouver Titans. Atlanta Reign, again, coming so close, but yet so far, the Titans will take it.
Impressive display by the Atlanta Reign. The Titans, though, I love that swap. Knowing how far the Reign had to go, doing something that they don't normally do, which is playing that Sombra style 3-3.
Yeah, that's the adaptability that you need to win series like this. And, you know, that's the second series in a row that Atlanta has made look competitive against two top teams. It was a tough week for them. San Francisco and Vancouver, that's rough. I think they played pretty well. I think the fans in Atlanta shouldn't be too disappointed about that.
Yeah, especially because the Reign just keep looking better and better, right?
Yeah, I agree.
There's no shame in losing in a close fashion, as you're saying, to the two best teams in this league.
Yeah. However, Vancouver Titans remain undefeated in the regular season. They are now 15-0 overall in regular matches outside of stage playoffs. Pretty insane record. Let's see what Bumper has to say. He's standing by with Danny for a post-match interview.
Thanks, guys. What is up, everybody? I am here joined by the one and only Bumper from Vancouver Titans. You have a lot of fans. Congratulations on the victory. Now, although you guys are still undefeated in the regular season of Overwatch League, you guys did suffer a loss against San Francisco Shock during Stage 2 playoff finals. Has that affected your team at all? Has that affected your team's mindset coming into Stage 3? 아무래도 지금까지 아직까지는 계속 그 연승을 하고 있지만은 저희 또 스테이지 2 결승전이었죠. 프로 결승전에서 아쉽게 샌프란시스코에게 패배를 맛보게 되는데 그게 좀 팀에게 어느 정도의 좀 영향을 미쳤다고 생각을 하시나요?
그래도 항상 이길 수는 없는 법이니까 가끔은 져야지 스토리도 만들어지고 재밌는 법이니까 그렇게 딱히 큰 영향도 미친 건 없는 것 같아요.
I mean, you can't honestly win every single match, and honestly, by us losing, it creates a really good story for Overwatch League. So, yeah, that's actually a very good answer. You're actually thinking in the minds of the producers of Overwatch League. So, thank you so much. And also, tomorrow, Los Angeles Gladiators. Do you guys have anything? Do you guys prepare anything special for the number 4 seeded team for tomorrow's match? 내일 LA 글래디에이터스와의 경기를 위해서 좀 특별하게 준비한 게 있다면 뭐가 있을까요?
글래디에이터들도 잘하는 팀이지만 특별히 준비한 건 없고 그냥 저희가 계속 연승을 이어갈 수 있게 제물이 되어 주시면 되겠어요.
So we haven't really prepared anything special for them, but you know, they are a really strong team. But I'm just going to use them as a sacrifice for our undefeated winning streak. Well, good luck to you, Bumper. Thank you so much. Monty and Dua, back to you guys.
Well, there you go. Yet another sacrifice on the altar of Bumper's Reinhardt shenanigans.
I love Bumper so much.
It is great, man. And what a great team to watch play. It's been a ton of fun, and man, what can you say?
Well, we do have a play of Bumpers.
We do.
And I really am excited to take a look at this. It is his sneaky shatter that we saw on Hollywood. So go ahead and take a listen to that.
I'm 100 energy. Okay. They're not top yet.
Okay, we can just go. No fake, no fake.
Okay.
Do we have
Right flank. Run. Sorry, Nobi. I'm a flank too.
Listen.
What?
It's nice to know that the pros have the same reaction to things like that I do in my own ladder game. That makes me feel a little bit better. Anybody can get caught by that. Nobody would have expected Bumper to have that.
Nobody expected that shatter. Like,
no.
That's not a situation where you could reasonably be expected to check your corners after that very fast single fight. So
that's
no
literally
surprise.
that'd be anybody's reaction.
I love Dako's face right there, though.
What? That's how we all felt right now. Yeah, let's take a look at our player of the match, brought to you by Omen by HP. It's going to be the one, the only Janu. That's right, the flex tank for Why do I keep saying the Twilight? The Vancouver Titans. Sorry. Yeah, the Twilight Titans. I don't know. Sounds kind of cool too. Coming up with a lot of nice plays. Oh, all right. Yeah, get the Wilhelm screaming.
It's always there, Dara.
Yeah, that's right. That should just be in the game, in my opinion. Either way, a great day for him. Yeah, I was gonna say eating a lot of grabs, but he didn't. That was actually Dako on the other side. Yeah.
That's true, though. You're still dealing with 30 final blows, only 10 deaths. So
10 deaths.
Even though he wasn't negating a lot of the ultimates or having the flashy plays, John is still just very quietly, I think, having a solid day and making sure, especially having a lot of really good self-destruct kills.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes down to it, a lot of times, if you're playing 3-3 versus 3-3, it's just that grind. And when you use defensive matrix, who you decide to knock and or disposition with your charge are like crucial things in winning that mirror. So
John is really good at splitting people up too, like you're saying.
That's right. Don't go anywhere, guys. Seoul Dynasty versus Guangzhou Charge coming up. That should be a pretty sick match. I'm gonna enjoy watching it. Hopefully you do too. See you next time. See you soon for more Overwatch League right after this.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Toyota, official North American partner of the Overwatch League. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey man, what's up?
You need anything for today?
Nah man, I think I'm set.
Big day today, man?
Yeah, huge. Let's play some Overwatch.